What is up with it? Today we are back. We are going to be watching Philip Vu versus EPL in round 8 of the online regional that happened this past weekend. If you want to watch more of this, you can find it on the Eggman's YouTube channel. Philip Vu, I believe, is going to go ahead and go first after both players mulliganing. I'm going to go ahead and start our one dawn turn with the one drop search event, one of the 3 copies that Philip plays. Gonna go ahead and find that 2K Sanji. Really phenomenal card in this matchup in particular, with Blackbeard really struggling to clear 6K bodies, or 6 cost bodies rather. So definitely could come up in this match. I would not be surprised if he plays it. We're gonna go ahead and stage, discard stage, looking at the top 3. We're going to go ahead and grab a Luffy, but we're not going to play it on the board. Interesting. We're going to go ahead and swing 8, feel great. Blackbeard's going to go ahead and take. I'm going to go ahead and draw for our 4 dawn turn and start with a 5K swing, which I imagine we will also take. Then we're going to go ahead and stage pitch the Cameron Devon. Gonna go ahead and grab a Burgess. Which we will play out. Gonna go ahead and go up to 5 dawn and swing 5, which they're also gonna take. Gonna go ahead and play the stage. We did not leader effect going into the 5 dawn turn, which is going to allow us to actually play out this Zoro and search the Sanji and Pudding, which we're definitely not too upset about if we are Philip. Always interesting to see when Blackbeard players decide to start leader effecting. In my experience, they choose randomly. I've seen them do it on the 2 dawn turn. I've seen them wait until the 8 dawn turn. I've seen them do it on 4. I've seen them do it on 5. I've seen them, like, they just, none of them agree. I don't know who the spokesman for Blackbeard players is at the moment. I feel like for a little while there it was like Abster and Impact, and both of them have moved on to different decks in EB. So I don't know who is teaching all the Blackbeard players anymore. Maybe it's EPL. I don't know. We'll see when he decides to start leader affecting. But gonna go ahead and swing 5. We're gonna take that again. I wouldn't be surprised to see this Burgess not turn sideways. We're going to leader effect. Okay, we are actually going to swing 7 with the Burgess. I have to imagine we're going to take, if we took the 5, we got to take the 7. And going to go ahead and play out the Kuzan and pass. So this is basically telling our opponent, hey, if you want to spend a bunch of time swinging at this 6K Burgess, go for it. I will just bring it back with the Kuzan anyways. Believe this is going to be a 6 at life, would be what my guess is. I'm also wondering how many cards the Blackbeard player has in his hand. Okay, gonna go ahead and 2K. No draw off the Sanji and Pudding. Because we are at more dawn, we are going to boost the Sanji and Pudding to make sure it does not get triggered. We have 5 dawn left. We're going to go ahead and swing 6. I wonder if we have a second one. If we have a second one, could be very big for us. Okay, gonna take. Okay, just gonna go ahead and rest 4 for Zoro. Not going to get its effect as EPL did leader skill last turn. Pitching the Luffy, I believe. Okay. I believe we are on the 8 dawn turn now as the Blackbeard. Probably hoping to get another Burgess in the grave would be my guess. I feel like with the way that this game is played out, probably as the Blackbeard player, we're hoping to do a little bit of racing maybe. Yeah, this Liberation is not going to do anything as we have too many characters on board, so just going to get rid of it with Stage. Some sort of Kuzan Vasco shot turn here where we play another Kuzan and we use this Kuzan to go into a Burgess and then we play a Vasco shot. Is maybe the sort of turn that we're looking to have here. Though I'm not much of a Blackbeard player, so maybe there's something we'd prefer. Even in augur.q, just to clear one of these 4K bodies is not the worst. Okay, so we are going to grab Kuzan. Yeah, we kind of have to ask ourselves, are we trying to manage the board, or are we just trying to play a bunch of Burgesses on board and try and race? Okay, gonna go ahead and go 6 with the Kuzan. I have to imagine this is going to be met with a counter card, which is in the Frankie. Gonna go ahead and go 6 again, so we have 6 Dawn remaining. I have to imagine we're gonna put a Vasco shot on board. But maybe, or not a Vasco shot, Kuzan on board if we just added it, but perhaps not. Just gonna go ahead and swing one more 6. Also, oh wow. Okay, so Philip is very, very bricked up is what this tells me. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and put another Burgess in play. Going to put down the Vasco and another Burgess. Yeah, just as I thought. Trying to go Turbo Burgess while kind of protecting yourself with the Vasco shot. I think this is a real way that you can try to win this matchup. Where you're just trying to race the GP. The GP, of course, does have ways to deal with this. Potentially playing blockers. Potentially Luna to stun your Burgesses. Gonna go ahead and first action boost our Sanji and Pudding. We have 6 Dawn this turn. Not too many in hand, I don't think. Okay, gonna go ahead and start with the 6 of life. Just see, hey, how many 2Ks you got in there? Do you have one? And EPL thinking about this is making me think maybe he doesn't. Feel like this is probably a pretty easy counter if you do have one. Okay, okay. So yeah, just go ahead and go 6 again. Say, hey, if you didn't have one last time, do you have one this time? Okay, maybe he did, because it didn't look like he grabbed the same card as he got from life. But maybe just a little bit of hand trickery. Gonna go ahead and rest all 6 for what I imagine is the Rush Luffy. Yep, gonna put that on the board. Gonna go ahead and Leader's Skill, getting 3 Dawn back. Refreshing 2 and reloading 1. Gonna go ahead and go 6 at life. We don't necessarily have to go for game this turn. Assuming our hand has some decent counter with some Gum Giants, we just need to wait one more turn and then try and kill them then. Seems a little optimistic to try and kill them with 7 and 2 8s here, considering the blocker and the 2 life. But we do have a good read that they might be a little counter light. So we could try to go for it. If we know we can live, I'm not a huge fan of going for it. But the question we have to ask ourselves is, going for game next turn going to be easier than it is this turn? Because we only have, at most, one more turn to live. You have to imagine with this number of Burgesses on the board, it's going to be hard to survive 2 more turns. And I think Philip is going for it. He is going for it. Gonna go ahead and restand this Luffy, which is going to be met with a black hole trigger. So the Luffy is not going to be able to swing anymore. And the game is over. And the game is over. He's going to go ahead and pass. Show me the hand, EPL. Show me the hand. We're not gonna know. Wow. Did he have the counter for the 8? Also, do we get to see... Okay, 0 cost. I think that's a radio knife. I think that's a stage. A Sanjian pudding. A Luffy. I think another Sanjian pudding. A Nami. And then something else that I can't see. Okay, yeah, he's bricked to hell. He was going to die. He didn't have access to any blockers. Yeah, he had to go for it. He had to go for it. We played the Luffy this turn, right? What did we do last turn? Okay, this is this turn. Dang, so many things went for us too. The fact that the opponent only had 1 2K. Because what happens with this 6? Or maybe they did have 2 2Ks. I'm wondering if there's any way we could have sequenced this turn to play around it. And I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think this was just an unfortunate moment. I mean, that said, even given the trigger, you know, if that card is not the trigger and it's just like a 2K or something. Oh, shoot. Let me slow it down. Flash the hand, buddy. Okay, he has 3 1s in hand. So if that life isn't the trigger and it's just like a non-brick, like EPL still lives. So it's like not that unlucky of a trigger. Like if you really think about it, like how many bricks does the deck play that aren't that trigger? There's the 4 finger guns, there's the teaches, there's the stages. Liberation has the same trigger. There's not that many triggers that do that, to be honest. Or there's not that many bricks that, like, are gonna be... I guess there's the Kuzans. There's probably, like... He's gone through some Kuzans. He's gone through some stages. So probably, like... There's probably... I'm not gonna count them exactly, but let's say, like, 16 total bricks there could have been there, and he's already gone through, like, 4. So there's like, let's say like 12 left. And of those 12, there's what? Yeah, I don't know. I think Philip's chances of getting there was like pretty slim, but he had to go for it, honestly. But great game to watch. Great game to watch. I appreciate you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.